Twitter has denied Florida congressional candidate Cory Mills' request to verify his account. He will not get one of those blue check marks. Mills says Twitter had no issue doing this for his Democratic opponents. So why did they refuse to request his request to verify his account? Let's welcome in now Cory. He is running for Congress in Florida's 7th Congressional District. He has filed his paperwork with the FEC. He's also a combat veteran, and he's on our show every single week so we can verify that he is a real person, not a robot. Cory, great to see you.
John, thanks so much for having me.
All right, so one of the things I was actually surprised, they denied your request, and you can't even do anything about it for another 30 days. That's like, a lifetime during a campaign season. How is this impacting your campaign?
Well, again, one of the biggest things is that the whole point of the criteria of verification is to ensure that other people can't try to falsify your identity and create kind of some type of a alternate profile claiming to be you. This, in fact, ensures that the candidate has legitimacy and credibility of what he says, and that something else isn't being spun out. The idea that they try to say, I don't meet criteria, even though there's actually, FEC paperwork, as you mentioned, there's a Ballotpedia entry in there. There's multiple things that we've provided with regards to, our campaign team has done this before. My GC, James Blair, has run many congressional candidates throughout the state of Florida, and he was actually not surprised at all. This is continuing to happen to him. But meanwhile, we know there was a Chinese bot who had 10 followers who was able to get verified. We know Democrats are having no problems getting verified. So again, it's more censorship for conservatives and for others. And again, I've been suspended in the past for protecting and trying to defend even President Trump's VA, the Veteran Affairs Missions Act. So again, it's censorship at its finest. And that's why when elected to Congress, I will do the same thing, which happened with Rockefeller and others, which is to break up and utilize antitrust laws so that people cannot continue to be censored, so people cannot be denied their First Amendment rights, and so that we can get a fair and balanced platform regardless of your beliefs, and again, reinsert pluralism.
So Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has signed a law that's supposed to stop the censorship of Floridians by big tech. The bill allows Floridians treated unfairly by big tech to have the right to sue these companies who violate the law. Do you have any plans on suing Twitter for this verification?
Well, I don't think I've gone that far to actually look at the legal recourse right now. I'm just, again, kind of amused at what Twitter's, criteria is as they continue to try and say I don't meet the criteria, even though we've reviewed it heavily. So I'll talk about this with my team. I'll look at it. It doesn't impact my followers. They know who I am. They know I'm a real person. And so, again, my biggest thing is just bringing awareness so that it doesn't impact other candidates and other people in further elections. Again, I believe this is impacting the influence of elections, and I think that is the biggest, suffer right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not verified, Cory, but I'm not running for office either. So the thing is you have the blue check mark. Twitter has become such an important platform for dissemination of information, and when you don't have the blue check mark, it's just you're at a disadvantage. That's just a simple fact. You mentioned breaking up, these big tech corporations. That's a popular thing to do. It's also fascinating for me to look at Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, who has taken an interest in this, and he has called for regulating these companies like they're public utilities. And this is a guy who does not normally get involved with government regulation. So you think, Cory, breaking them up is the best path forward?
I think that at any point in time that you have a monopoly who has the influence and impact on things like our democracy, we have to truly look at it. Whenever they're able to be a single source drive, that means that you have a single point of failure. I've always respected Clarence Thomas. I think the Supreme Court should definitely be looking into this. I have looked at whether or not reforms could be made under the Decency Communications Act, what Section 230 actually can or cannot do. And to be honest, at this point, it just looks like it's a large conglomerate of kind of technocrat bullies who essentially are taking a single position.
Have you taken a close look at these bills in the House Judiciary Committee?
I have indeed.
Yeah, and what do you think about those?
I'll be interested to see how they get pushed through because, again, we know for a fact that, all the technocrats are being supported heavily by foreign interests, and we know that they, in turn, support the Democrats. So I don't see the Democrats actually trying to do anything by taking any appropriate measures to censor or to try and look at a way to try and balance things when it works to their benefits. So I'm not positive, and I'm not in an optimistic way until after 2022 when the red wave comes through and we retake the House.
Yeah, I mean, there has been guys like Josh Hawley, kind of a new wave of forward-focused conservatives who are looking at this issue, a little bit better. No offense to Orrin Hatch, but that question he got asked by Mark Zuckerberg about how they make their money, that was not a high point when it came to Congress and their understanding of these tech platforms. Certainly more can be done. Cory, stay at it. I don't know what you're going to do, but you are on Twitter. What's your Twitter handle right now? You can kind of verify it here on this platform. That's
at Cory Mills FL. At Cory Mills FL.
All right, Cory Mills running for the 7th Congressional District in Florida. Check him out on Twitter while you still can.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.